Oh, oh God. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Gabester here. This is the normal quick raid guide for Malkorok and Siege of Orgrimmar. Feel free to check out the links there for any other guides or videos for this fight. And with that, let's do it. So the first and primary mechanic for this fight is Ancient Miasma. And this basically creates a heal absorption effect on the entire raid for most of the fight. So any heals cast, instead of being applied to the player's actual health pool and healing their health, will instead create an absorption shield on the player, equivalent to the healing done. However, this shield maxes out at 100% of the player's total health. So, generally speaking, you want to heal early and often and keep players topped off so that the absorb does most of the work for you. Because if players take permanent damage too much to their actual health pool, they will die and you can't actually help them. Now, to see this better, there are 3 buffs that indicate how much absorb is on a player. A strong Ancient Barrier, which is a green icon, Ancient Barrier, which is yellow and moderate absorb, and then a red one called Weak Ancient Barrier, which is kind of a weak absorb. So your healers need to be aware of which players have which buffs and heal the appropriate player to get that absorb up to yellow or green if possible. The next big mechanic for everyone in the raid to be aware of are the purple orbs you see on the ground there that just popped up. These are Imploding Energy balls, and essentially this is cast about every 20 seconds throughout the raid, and the orbs appear in 3 random locations. If a player stands in the orb, they'll take about 450,000 damage. So again, it's important that players have their guardian, or barrier rather, shield active. But if no player is standing in one of these purple orbs when it explodes, it will deal that damage to the entire raid instead. So it is always preferential to have someone soaking all 3 orbs if possible, and usually only 1 player if you can do that. So every 20 seconds when these are cast, make sure at least 1 player is stepping in each orb location. The best way we found to do this was to spread the raid out, the ranged and healers especially, and have each person kind of watch one small quadrant of the room so that if an orb appears near them, they can step in it pretty easily. The other major ability for your raid to be aware of is Arcane Smash in combination with Breath of Yasarj. So again, during most of the fight, every 20 seconds, Arcane Smash will be cast on a random raid member. And you should see it. Yeah, there it is in the back, cast on our Shadow Priest. So it's an obvious huge cone attack. It does massive physical damage if you get hit, so simply sidestep it, pretty basic. However, once it goes off, you should mark its location with a raid marker of some kind. So here you can see we use the yellow marker just to mark the center of that smash cone location. Here we're using a purple one to mark the second one, and so on. Now, after every 3 Arcane Smash casts, the next ability he'll use after the Imploding Energy that pairs with it will be the Breath of Yasarj ability. The reason that we're using raid markers to mark these smash locations is so that the raid as a whole knows where those cones were. Now here you'll see Breath of Yasarj, which will basically deal damage in the cone locations created by the previous 3 Arcane Smashes. So here's the Breath, and the purple, yellow, and red all get this purple electricity going down them, and anyone that's in them will die. So that's the basic idea. Every smash is marked, and then after the 3rd one and the Breath is cast, the entire raid needs to find a location that is away from the raid markers that you created, such that they're safe from that follow-up Breath attack. Once the Breath has gone off, you can clear your markers, reset them, and then start marking the new set of Arcane Smashes, because they're always in random locations based on where players are standing. Next, we have Blood Rage. So after 2 minutes, when the boss reaches 100 energy, this will follow the second Breath of Yasarj. Everyone needs to stack up in front of the boss immediately. He will enter Blood Rage phase, as you see here, where his melee attacks do cleave damage split among everyone in front, and 2 players will randomly get a debuff that must be dispelled. This Displace Energy debuff will do massive damage to anyone within 8 yards when it's dispelled. So those 2 players that get targeted need to run out to the sides, away from the raid, call for a dispel, and then once they're dispelled, they can run back in and help soak up the cleaves. That's the entire Blood Rage phase. It lasts for about 25 seconds, at which point he will recast Miasma. Everyone will start gaining Ancient Barrier once again, and the first phase will repeat just like it did before. You can basically use a total of 2 Blood Rage phases before you'll run out of fight time, because at 6 minutes, the boss will go crazy and just kill everyone. So you essentially have a 6-minute period in which to kill him. So make sure you plan your DPS accordingly. And that's it, really. That is the quick raid guide for Malkorok Normal. It's a pretty simple fight. Just get those basic mechanics down, and you should have them down in no time. Good luck, and thanks for watching.